Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Mercedes CLE. As you can see over my shoulder, in this one I'm going to be bringing you the 5 things that I've absolutely loved in the few days that I've had this car. There's loads of mint tech in this car, loads of things that I've really enjoyed, and I'm going to get into them all in this video to give you a little bit of a review of how I've found it while I've had it. There's probably going to be absolutely no surprises in this one then when I tell you the first thing that I've loved about this car is actually going to be everything on the interior in terms of the digital dash and the infotainment screen in this one. This car's new technology setup in here is absolutely next level. I'm going to spin the camera around and show you just how good this infotainment screen is, all the tech that's on it, and just how good that digital dash is as well. So I'll spin it round, I'll show you the ins and outs of the car and just what I love about each bit of the tech in this car. So with all the new 2024 onwards Mercedes lineups, you do get this dual screen for your infotainment and your digital dash. This iPad-like screen in the middle of this car is absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen a display that's so HD, so crisp, so pure. It just really is absolutely next level on this one. So as you can see, if I click on nav, it brings up a navigation system that has absolutely no lag, no delay, anything. It's so responsive, it's unbelievable. You then move along to all your other apps and you'll not have any issues using this screen whatsoever. It's been absolutely flawless for me, and everything that happens on here can be edited through your steering wheel. And then your digital dash as well is so enhanceable. It's really futuristic and modern, and it just keeps you really feeling in tone with the car. You've then got the mad tech that this car has when it comes to your driving assistance. So if I press this button, you'll bring up your settings for your car, so you can see heads up display, which you can see there just flickering away. You got your Parktronic, your manual shifting, your seatbelt feeder, your active lane keep assist, your interior protection, your acoustic warning, which all cars unfortunately have these days for your speeding. That can be turned off, but you have to turn that off every time you get into the car. That will always reset every time you start and stop the engine. But the main thing that I really loved about this screen, alongside its responsiveness and crispness, is just how good the cameras are on this one. So you've got your parking assistant, so I just click on that. This will bring up this feature where it'll scan for parking bays, drive forward to search for a parking space, and it'll put the car into that space for you and it'll get it out for you. But the camera view is what really got us on this one. So you've got your front camera, you've got your rear camera, you've got your side cameras to view if you're going to curb anything on both sides, and you've also got your auto. So by clicking auto, you can then move this and see just how close you are getting everything, and makes parking in any bay so simple and so easy. You can go from bird's eye to up close of alloys, round the front, round the back, and it just is absolutely so clear and so fast. It's unbelievable. I'll also show you that this car has a traffic light viewer. When you pull up to a traffic light, the car then brings up a camera just like this, and I'll overlay some clips where if you can't see the traffic lights because you've got a bit too close or they're really high, it'll show you the camera, which is just up here, and that'll show you the traffic lights, so you don't have to arch your neck, you don't have to lean forward, you can just watch your screen, you'll see when the traffic lights can change. So for me, this iPad in the middle and this digital dash has been absolutely amazing in this CLE. I'm really happy to see it's went leaps and bounds on other cars, and it's even updated so much compared to some of the previous Mercedes models. The second thing I love about this car then is going to be something that was actually on my CLA I had when I was 19-20, which I didn't think, and I've never really seen on other Mercedes before, but it does carry over onto this CLE, and that is going to be the blue light strip that is in the headlights. I'll show you it now as best I can. Obviously the lights have fogged up a bit because of the cold weather, but I'm going to maybe relay some clips of this car in the dark where you can see it, but I'll do my best to show you now. And I just think it's a really nice touch and just sets off the front of the car better than any other car on the market. So I'm doing my best to try and capture this on camera, but if you can see, there is those 4 blue lines in the headlights there. Obviously you can't see them very well when you come here, so it's not going to affect other drivers. You can't see the light though, but when you get at this angle, you can just make out the blue strips of light that are in the headlights that are really nice, especially when you start this car in the morning when it's dark, or you come home at night and you see them blue strips in the front of the car. I just think they're really nice. These lights also do a little dance when you start the car up, and I'll put some clips in of that, and I just think that's a lovely little touch, a bit like what Audi used to do but Mercedes have now done it as well, and the headlights on these are absolutely amazing.
The third thing I love about the CLE then is actually going to be these alloys in the new designs they have for the CLE. So the CLE starts with 18-inch alloys, but these are actually upgraded to 20s, and apologies for them being so dirty and dusty, but that is the winter roads in England. But these alloy designs are really, really nice. You get that mix of diamond cut and the sort of black pack that people like on their alloys these days. So I'll show you a more close-up view, but the options you can get on a CLE for what alloy designs you want are top tier, and I think probably the best in the game for OEM models, and not having to go to places like Urban or Brabus or anyone else like that to sort you some different alloys. So I'll show you these a bit more close.
Like I said, I apologise for how dirty these actually are, but as you can see from these wheels, you get that multi-spoke aspect to them. You get the diamond cut when these are nice and clean, but you also get this sort of, on the exterior loop, you get that black aspect, which I just think really sets it off. There's loads of cars that are adding these, or should I say there's loads of aftermarket companies that are adding these sort of style alloys to their lineup, and now Mercedes are doing it from factory, and I just think they really suit this car. They fill the wheel out nicely, they'll make the arches look even better, and the alloys just look beautiful. So you've got that almost black pack to it with the silver aspect at the same time, because some people like the black, some people like the diamond cut, but this has a bit of both. Obviously that looks really good on that angle there. I just think this black aspect on the surround of the alloy round the edge of the spokes just really sets it off, and really is something that makes the wheel look even bigger than it actually is. So they're only 19s, but they look a lot bigger than they actually are. So that's the third thing that I've loved about the CLE and its new options. Back inside the car then is going to be where we'll have the fourth thing that I've absolutely loved about this car, and this isn't a standard option, so please don't think you can buy the base spec and get this, but it is going to be the massage seats, and a new feature that I've never seen added on a car before, so I'm going to show you them now. If you swipe over a comfort, you will see you can adjust every sort of comfort option in this car. You've got all your different types of massage: classic, relaxing, depth waves, deep workout, mobilizing, activating. You can choose whether you want it to be intensive or not. You've then got your seat kinetics, which I'll get into. You've got your lumbar support and just how you want the car to be supporting you. Your side bolsters and what level of sort of bolster you want in them. Your position seating automatically, so you can choose your height and it'll work out where it thinks the seat should be for your height, and that is just unbelievable. I've got it set at 5'11". I'm probably 6 foot, but you know, I'm not going to give myself an extra inch. So that's something I've never seen in a car before. Usually you just get your, as you can see, you do get memory seat sort of options there when it focuses in, but and these seats are also heated and cooled. You then got your ambient light feature, but energizing comfort. This is something I've never ever seen on a car before, and I'll just turn it up so you can hear it. I'll choose vitality. So on your drive, it'll tell you that this is a revitalizing effect provided by stimulating light and invigorating music. It also moves your seat. So if I turn this on, I don't know if you can see, but this seat is starting to move forward and back. The seat also starts to move the bottom of your seat. So I know what people might say about this one. I know they might be like, oh, it's just a gimmick, you're never going to use it, you're never going to care for that. But I can tell you now, it is something so different and so unique that I have found myself using it over the last few days. I got in the car the other day and there's a setting called warmth. So I turned it on, it activates your seat heating, it starts to give you a massage at the bottom of your, underneath your thighs, gives you a lower back massage, and it plays this sort of warm music literally, and it gets you sort of feeling warm in the car. It sets the climate control to a nice level, and it just wakes you up in the morning. Like, it tells you cozy warmth by means of heated seats and surfaces with yellow orange lighting. It is just something that in this winter vibe I've put on, and it has actually helped. You might not use it every day, you might not use it all the time, but it's something different. It's something that the car has that I've never seen in another car before. It was really impressive when I went on it. If you don't want all that, you can just stick the massage setting on. The massage setting lets you just activate any massage you want, and it really keeps you cool and keeps you calm. And for those long drives when you need a little massage because you've been in the car for so long, it's absolutely perfect at that. You can have classic, relaxing, deep waves, deep workout. It's absolutely lovely. I found it best after a game of football to get in this car, put the massage seats on, and it was absolutely spot on for me. It really sort of made us feel a bit more refreshed driving the car, and it made the drive a million times easier. So the fifth thing that I love about this car then in the CLE, which I've never really experienced in any other car, is going to be the cockpit feeling and vibe to it. So what I mean by that is the seating position, which is probably massively enhanced by the fact that you can choose your height in this car, and it'll set your seating position up to a way which the car thinks is best for you. You can then edit that as much as you want with the settings on the infotainment screen or the physical buttons on your door card there to really adapt the seat to however you want it to fit. But then the way that this car sort of swoops in round you, and the way the center console runs up the left hand side with the door card on the right, and even the height of the window ledge or windowsill, whatever you want to call it, is just perfect. The steering wheel is the perfect size, and the flat bottom aspect of it means you just have this amazing driving position for this one, which makes it feel super sporty but also luxurious at the same time. I'll show you what I mean in terms of how the cockpit feels from like a driver's point of view and what aspects of it I particularly like. But it's just the way it all flows. There's no aspect of this car where you think that bit doesn't really fit there or that's in an awkward place. Everything sort of flows like to a T, and that's really, really rare in some cars. Even in the Range Rover, the Audi, other cars that I've reviewed, there's always aspects of it where you're like, I don't really like how the seating is, I don't like the way the steering wheel fits, I don't like the view you get on the dash or the infotainment, or those sort of things that can bug you. I haven't found one with this car yet, and that's really top tier. So I'm going to show you from my point of view of just how it's like to sit in this seat and how comfortable it is at the same time as best I can. So when I talk about the cockpit swooping around you, this is exactly what I mean. As you can see, you've got this lovely rest here with the lever on this cubby hole. You then have the swooping sort of center console. The carbon fiber on this is absolutely lovely. I'm not a massive fan of how it goes carbon fiber pinstripe. If that was all carbon fiber, which I have seen, it's even nicer. Or if it's all just extended leather, that is lovely as well. But this center console swoops up into the infotainment screen, which is super easy to press. No stretching, no nothing. Everything's a touch away, and even if you do have smaller hands or smaller arms, you can control it all on your steering wheel here. This then swoops round onto your digital dash, and your digital dash is perfect. Like, that is my eye line. I can see everything on that digital dash in between the steering wheel. The steering wheel fits lovely here with no sort of worry of your knees being too close. You're having the issue of you can't reach certain areas of the steering wheel because it's too high, too low, too far away. It is just perfect to hold. You then have the door card, where this is more than enough for your wrist and your arm to sit on comfortably, and then the height of the door sill, window ledge area, whatever you want to call this, is also perfect. And I think it all sums up how comfortable and how perfect this driving position is. It probably is massively helped by the fact that Mercedes give you that option to input your height and choose just how tall you are, so that the car itself can find your best seating position. So for me, that has been the fifth thing that's made this car what it is, and that is just how nice the cockpit and the seating position is on this one. I find it absolutely perfect. There you have it then, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the 5 things that I've loved about this Mercedes CLE. I have done a full in-depth review of this car that is on the channel, where you can go into every detail from driving, comfort, practicality, and what it's like as a daily. So be sure to go check that one out, and also check out the 5 things that I've hated about this car, because there is some things that I didn't like, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So I've been OLT, this has been the 5 things I love, that's been the Mercedes CLE, and I'll hopefully catch you all in another one. Cheers for watching.